Hi, this is Kate with Kate in Paradise, and welcome to the kitchen. Today we are going to make a pumpkin pie that is gluten-free, vegan, paleo, tastes amazing, and is a perfect addition to your holiday menu. If you love pumpkin pie as much as I do, you're gonna absolutely love this recipe. If you're interested in eating food that makes you feel amazing on the inside, look beautiful on the outside, and making a difference, then you're in the right place. How we're going to make this recipe is with a real pumpkin. I have a sugar pumpkin that I got at the farmer's market. We're going to make a raw crust. This raw crust is going to be gluten-free, it tastes delicious, and it has dates and raw pecans mixed in so that you're getting lots of vitamins and minerals with your healthy dessert. You're gonna need a Vitamix or a Cuisinart or some type of blender to make your crust. You're going to need to preheat your oven to 375. You're going to need a few spices. So I have pumpkin pie spice, cardamom, ginger, nutmeg, and some cinnamon. We're gonna use all of these along with some organic maple syrup, Himalayan sea salt, coconut oil. So let's get started. Okay, the first step in making this amazing, delicious pumpkin pie recipe is you're gonna take your little sugar pumpkin and you're gonna poke it with a fork a few times. You're going to place your pumpkin in the pie plate and poke a couple holes in it. And then I'm just gonna use my hands. Don't worry, I washed my hands. So once the pumpkin is completely covered in coconut oil, you are going to pop it in the oven and cook it for 1 hour at 375. While we're waiting for our pumpkin to cook, we're going to make our crust. So while our pumpkin is cooking in the oven, we are gonna make the raw crust, and I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So I'm gonna take the pecans and put them into my food processor and blend those up. So you wanna chop it up really fine. And then once it's chopped up, I like to add my spices. Ginger, you can put about a teaspoon of clove. Maybe a little bit more if you want it really spicy. Sometimes I like it really flavorful. We'll also add a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. Just a little bit to bring out the flavor. So that's delicious. Chop that up real quick. For this recipe, you'll probably need a spatula because it can get stuck to the side quite easily. You can also use other nuts. You don't have to use pecans. Walnuts can be really good, and doing a mix of half pecans, half walnuts is really tasty. The next thing you're gonna wanna add is your dates. I have medjool dates. I'm just pitting them as I go along. Most of them come with the pits. I'm just adding 2 or 3 at a time because if you add them all at once, it'll just gunk your blender up. So you just mix a little bit, then you add a few more. If you have the Cuisinart with the hole on top, you can just kind of add it as you go. Once your crust starts to stick to itself and really get kind of doughy and it's hard to blend and it's just kind of turning into a ball, then you know it's ready. So even if you haven't used all the dates yet, that's fine. You can just know that it's finished and it's ready to go. It doesn't have to be an exact recipe. After an hour, you'll take your pumpkin out of the oven and it will look so cute. Why do we want to use a real pumpkin instead of a canned pumpkin? There's so much research that really points towards canned food not being good for our health. Tin can actually get into your food. That's not as common as BPA, which has actually been linked to heart disease, cardiovascular disease, prostate cancer, breast cancer, dementia, arthritis. Pretty much all the major diseases have been linked to BPA. And there are BPA-free cans out there, but also, you know, food that comes from the garden. This was a beautiful pumpkin that was grown here in the Pacific Northwest, and it probably has a lot of nutrients and a very high vibration. I love this because I'm supporting a local farmer by buying this pumpkin, so I'm supporting my local economy. I know that I'm getting something that's organic and wholesome. Something that's in a can has traveled across the country. You don't know how long it's been sitting there. There's usually preservatives added to keep it fresh, and they're not always required to share with you everything that's in your packaged food. So this, I know exactly what's in it, and I know that it's good for my body. So we'll take the pumpkin out of the pie dish, and we'll just put it on a plate for now and let it cool. Clean out my pie dish because we can start putting the crust into the pie dish. So this is really fun and really easy. You want to wash your hands first. And then basically, we're just going to pour this in and start pushing it down. Press it down with your hand. And we have plenty of crust. Do you want to kind of do a thin crust, not too thick? And I kind of like to, you know, kind of squeeze the edges and make it look nice. So basically, once I finished doing the pie crust, I washed out my food processor and I'm ready to make the pie filling using just 3 simple ingredients. The pumpkin that we just baked, coconut oil, I'll leave you a link for my favorite coconut oil, and raw organic maple syrup. So let me show you how it's done. Once you've blended your spices in with the pumpkin and the maple syrup and you're ready to go, you can simply take it out and pour it into your beautifully made pie crust. Kind of smooth it out. Top it with a little bit of cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice just to add a little bit more flavor and just decorate the top. And then your pie is ready to go. Delicious, organic, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, vegan. Anyone with any allergies, you can bring this to your holiday and you know that they can enjoy it. If you love pumpkin pie as much as I do, you're gonna absolutely love this recipe.